Is permaculture worthwhile to practice here in Central Oregon? I think it is. Hello everyone, and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living channel on YouTube and several other places too. And I wanted to talk to people who have been watching our show, have made subtle comments about permaculture. And let me make it clear that I'm not the ideal person for this, but I'm trying to learn how to do it here in Central Oregon. Now, a lot of places, if you watch Joel Salatin or Justin Rhodes, are over on the East Coast. They got greenlands and forest and stuff. We have high desert. So some of the rotational things and all that stuff are a little different. However, we're trying some of it and seeing results, but it's very early stages for us. I think the first thing I'm going to say about permaculture is it takes time and patience, because it's a relationship with your animals, and you're moving the animals, and so you see us slowly getting a mobile chicken hutch, our chicken shaw, and we have a tractor now. We have netting that we've been buying and building up the equipment to do it. But rule one is to get past leaving your animals in one spot. Like you see our chickens, they're in one spot right now, but that's going to change. And also, it also depends on what animals you want to raise. And then that will decide how you can utilize your property in relationship to your animals to help upgrade your soil. Now this soil is pretty good because there was grass here for years, and there is organic matter in it. There's worms. It's in good shape. This is going to grow really well, but it's going to still need help, and it actually already got help. If you guys remember, what was here before we started working this? Pigs. Our pigs dug, pooped, and peed to their heart's content in this, and I could have done more. I could have brought chickens behind it. If I would have had some sheep or something, I could have put those guys in. If I had rabbits, I could have spread their poop all over, and I could have fertilized this without buying fertilizer. You get it? What's the biggest problems going on right now in the United States with the farmers? Fertilizer. Why? It's because of the way that we farm. Not everybody's, people are changing. They're realizing we're subject to to chemicals and fertilizer, and especially from other countries. And then, not to mention, our soil in many places in the United States is low quality now because we didn't take care of it. We didn't do cover crops. So when I'm not using this, it should have a cover crop. And then start rotating animals through it. So if you got cows and you got a little property, you got pigs, got a little property, you got your chickens, you got your sheep, and maybe you have llamas or anything like that. what comes out of their butt is a treasure. Telling you. And so really, I got some pig fertilization out of this already. But since I got a rototill, all that stuff, what would be really good right now is have the chickens in here, churning it up, pooping away, doing their thing, and then let it sit for a little bit longer, and then plant my corn. But I did what I could, just like I'm asking you to think about. Did you do, or have you done what you can with your property and utilize your animals? And you say, well, I don't have some of these animals. Well, neither do I. So I can tell you what I could have done with these above grounds. Now I used 16, 16, 16, and I put some other fertilizers in here that were store-bought. And luckily, when we're scraping this area, we did get some pig poop mixed into some of these things. But if I had some rabbits, everything I would have planted in here, I would have put rabbit poop in it. And I did get some pig poop into it. And then there is manure in it, but I had to buy it. So what I'm saying is, as time goes on, maybe I won't be able to buy 1616 next year. And I don't have rabbits, and I really would like to have rabbit fertilizer. Well, guess what? Some of these things I've been talking about, becoming a village. I have met people that have rabbits on their property, and they're raising them. And I'd be willing to trade like right now, spinach for rabbit poop. I know it sounds silly, right? But if I could get a bag full of rabbit poop, especially before I planted these, that would have been golden treasure. So, yeah, permaculture, relationship between the soil, the land, the animals, fertilization, building up your soil, microorganisms, worms, all these things that make our soil come alive relies on all these things we're talking about. To just use the same dirt and just throw fertilizer in it without amending it, which a lot of people do it by just bringing other dirt in. But eventually we may not be able to do that. So what's our alternative? Our animals. And but our animals have to be mobile. And as you can see, I have paddocks with mobile fencing. My biggest problem is having the manpower to get things done. These guys are going to move. They've already destroyed the land the way I want it, and you can regulate how much you want them to destroy it. Of course, we're in high desert, so I don't have the same kind of terrain Justin Rhodes does and stuff. So we want them to really churn up this ground and then poop and pee and do all their thing in it. And then we're going to come in behind them with the tractor, kind of bury some of their... Oh, the heck? Apparently that's a phone call, but we'll get back to that one. Sorry. Anyway, we'll bring the tractor in. It never fails. And we'll kind of merge some of that poop and stuff into the ground. Then ideally, eventually I should start rotating my chickens, but I don't have all the equipment and enough chickens to do it yet, to come in also and do their pooping away, dig in and doing the things they do to the ground, and then set seed in it, cover crop, and let it rest, let the ground make all this microorganisms and worms, and let it come alive, where your dirt is alive. This dirt isn't very alive. However, like I said, we're not experts at this, and we don't have all the tools that, hi piggies, that other people have. But here's an area that we cleared, didn't put animals on it, but we did spread pig poop all over this area here. And I ask you, if you can see with this camera, what do you see? What do you see in here? This is high desert. What do you see? You see grass. And that was cover crop we planted. And every once in a while I need to throw some water out here because we don't have as much water as other places. And this place will thrive. And what do Idaho pasture pigs like? They like pasture. What was this before? Sagebrush. That's about it. A little bit of cheatgrass. Now I've got something happening here. The soil's coming alive, and this one wasn't even treated as much as the one with the pigs over there. So is permaculture worthwhile to practice here in Central Oregon? I think it is. And there's a lot more I could do, and there's a lot more I need to learn. But I think I got off to a pretty good start. Okay, I got grass. And that's the hardest part when you're old, getting up. And these pigs are doing their job. They're tearing this ground up. We'll take the sagebrush out of here with the tractor, mix their poop and stuff into the ground, put cover crop in here, like we did over here. And this is an example of a plot that had the pigs in it. They've been moved since. We stripped it out with the plants we don't want, the sage. And look what, I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but this is fairly new. And we planted it with cover crop. And I've got grass and stuff coming up, and it was actually pretty fast. So here's where the pigs were. Here's where it's been treated with cover crop. And that's where they came from. Something like that. And that's what's going to happen here. Piggies are going to get moved to a new section. They're going to tear it up, poop and pee and do their thing. And it'll turn out like this, all churned up. We'll take out those bushes out of there and put cover crop seed in. And eventually, when I get other animals, they'll rotate into this area too. Add their precious droppings into the ground. Puppies! And the magic begins. And we're developing the soil. The soil is starting to come alive. And it's going to take a while because this is high desert. And like I said, I'm not an expert, and there's a lot I'm going to learn. But it can be done. So that's a sample of some low-key beginning permaculture in Central Oregon. And there'll be more ideas that I will add to it. There'll be more that we'll learn. Maybe find better seed to use for high desert, and go from there. But it's amazing to watch this soil come alive after we've used it. And we got a lot. We got 2 acres back here or so to rotate these pigs in, and then we're gonna have baby pigs in half a year, and have a couple more feeders. All of them being rotated through here, developing the property. That's pretty cool, don't you think? Kind of sounds like the solution in the long term of people producing our food. Might want to take a different approach than just relying on chemicals. Maybe they ought to start relying on animals more. And there's probably a way to do that. And by the way, smaller places can now develop more food than they used to be able to. I mean, if I put this whole 5 acres to work, I could produce a lot of food here with a relationship with my animals and greenhouses and coordination of that kind of stuff. I could do amazing things. But at the scale that Sherry and I are doing it, it's pretty amazing already. So Yeah, I wish I was younger when I discovered all this. But that's your job. We pass it on to you, and you take the ball and run with it, and then do 10 times better than we did. Realizing you're taking care of the land. You're contributing to the earth. We're raising animals in a humane way. And they're contributing. You're giving your animals a good life. The cycle continues. So there's some food for thought. There's my ideas on permaculture. And I hope that motivates you to give it a try. And it doesn't have to be on a large scale. Do it in a small scale. I don't care if you got a 10 by 10 garden. Go find somebody down the road that's got some rabbits. Take a shovel and a bucket with you and say, hey, can I give you $5-10 for your rabbit poop? And put that baby in your into your soil. Oh, it's magic. Want some chicken poop? Give me a call. Want some pig poop? I'm just a couple of car lengths away. So there you go. Ideas, food for thought. So guys, have a great day. Get your gardens going, and let some animals poop in it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Our videos are made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available at Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.